You look so happy, she said, seeing me months later. The shock on their faces was obvious. I'm still in therapy. You know, I'm doing the work to get you back. I just smiled. That's good. You'll need to be healthy for your next relationship. This one's taken. I'm really struggling. And I just need to put this somewhere, people might get it. Im 21 mit ihm. And my ex is 22F. For 1 year. I thought I had something real. We had our inside jokes. Our favorite late-night food spot. The future we'd talk about in that lazy, comfortable way you do when you think you've found your person. I was all in. I didn't know that while I was building a relationship with her. She was managing a portfolio of them. The whole thing came crashing down about 2 months ago. It wasn't a dramatic confession or a friend tipping me off. It was quieter. And somehow worse. She was in the shower. And her phone, which was always face down, was sitting screen up on the nightstand. A message lit up the screen from a guy's name I didn't recognize, with a string of heart emojis next to it. My first thought wasn't even anger. It was just a cold, logical question about who that was. My brain tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. A cousin. A family friend. But my gut knew better. My hand was moving before I even decided to do it. And I picked up the phone. I didn't have to guess the password. Shed told me it months ago. Ironically. As a sign of trust. What I found wasn't a single mistake. It was an entire infrastructure of deceit. The first thread of messages I opened went back over 2 years. My stomach dropped. We had only been together for 1. I scrolled up. My thumb moving mechanically. Reading about dates. Fights. And makeups that all happened while she was supposedly with me. On and off for 2 years. One of his messages to her read. The timeline started to click into place in my head. She wasn't just with him before me. She never left him. I wasn't the new boyfriend. I was the other guy. It got worse. I found another message thread with a different guy. This one was only a couple of months old. But it was just as intense. They were actively dating. They had spots they'd go. Things they'd do. It was a whole separate relationship she was running in parallel. Then, buried in a conversation with her friend, I saw it. A casual mention of sleeping with at least one other person during our time together. A one-time thing she laughed off. I put the phone down. And the air in the room felt thick and heavy. The person I thought I knew didn't exist. Our entire relationship, every memory, was instantly corrupted. That time she was out with her girlfriends. That family emergency that took up a whole weekend. It was all a lie. I realized in that moment that she hadn't cheated on me. She had just included me in her cheating. When she walked out of the bathroom, drying her hair with a towel, she saw the look on my face and she knew. She didn't ask what was wrong. Her first words were asking if I went through her phone. Her voice was cold and accusatory. I just looked at her. The phone on the bed between us. I asked her who the first guy was. Then I asked her who the second one was. I watched her face crumble as the lies ran out of road. There was no big fight. No screaming. Just a horrifying quiet. You can't fix a foundation that was never there. I told her it was over. That should have been the end of it. The moment I took my life back. But I'm learning that knowing the truth and feeling it are 2 completely different things. Breaking up with her wasn't a clean cut. For the next few weeks, my phone was a constant barrage of her trying to claw her way back in. Texts saying she loved me. Voicemails where she was crying. Long emails explaining how she was a broken person but that I was the one who could save her. And a small, stupid part of my brain started to listen. The part that remembered the good times. Even if they were built on a lie. So, against my better judgment, I decided to lay out a path. A last-ditch, probably doomed, attempt to see if there was anything left to salvage. I told her we needed to talk. But not about feelings. This was a negotiation. I had a list of terms. And they were non-negotiable. First, therapy. Real, professional help to figure out why she needed this constant validation from multiple people. To my surprise, she told me she'd already started. It was a flicker of hope. But I kept my guard up. Second, the guy friends. I told her she had to cut contact with the guys she'd been involved with and be transparent about her other friendships. This is where the first crack appeared. They're just my friends, she said, her voice instantly defensive. You can't just isolate me. I remember looking at her and thinking, this isn't about isolating you. This is about removing the tools you used to betray me. The conversation was already getting tense. Then came the final term. I needed access to her phone. I knew it sounded controlling. I hated that I even had to ask. But trust was a currency. And she was bankrupt. This was the only way to start rebuilding. Brick by painful brick. Her reaction told me everything I needed to know. She didn't just hesitate. She recoiled. She asked if I just wanted to watch her every move. If I was never going to trust her again. Her eyes welled up with tears. And my brain screamed. This is a performance. She was trying to make me the bad guy for reacting to her actions. I held my ground. This isn't about punishing you, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. This is about you showing me there are no more secrets. This is the proof. She argued. She deflected. She said she loved me so much and wanted to fix things. But in the next breath, she'd say that my boundaries were unreasonable. That was the moment I saw it with perfect clarity. Her words and her actions were operating in two different realities. In her words, she was a repentant partner, desperate to fix her mistake. In her actions, she was a person fighting for her right to privacy in the very same arena where she had operated a secret life. It was never going to work. She didn't want to rebuild trust. She just wanted to stop feeling the consequences. She wasn't willing to give up the one thing that enabled all the lies in the first place. That 2-month period of trying to fix it was just a slow, painful confirmation of what I already knew. I was negotiating with a ghost. The person I was trying to make a deal with didn't actually exist. So, I walked away for good. So I ended it. For good this time. No more negotiations. No more second chances. I sent a final text telling her not to contact me again, and then I blocked her number. I blocked her on every social media platform I could think of. It felt decisive. Like the final, necessary move to cauterize a wound. I had all the facts. I had a mountain of evidence that this person was fundamentally untrustworthy and had actively deceived me for a year. The logical part of my brain knows, with absolute certainty, that I did the only thing I could do. But now, in the quiet that follows, I just feel like garbage. It makes no sense. I wake up every morning with this heavy, sinking feeling in my chest. She was the liar. She was the cheater. So why do I feel like I'm the one who was thrown away? Why do I feel worthless? My brain spends half the day playing a highlight reel of the lies. The suspicious nights out. The times she was weirdly protective of her phone. I connect the dots over and over, seeing the whole pattern. I know I dodged a bullet. But then, my stupid heart will just play a clip of her laughing at one of my dumb jokes. Or the way she looked at me that one time on a road trip. And the ache comes right back. Sharp and sudden. I realize the problem isn't that I miss her. The real her. The person who could look me in the eye and lie without flinching. I think I miss the person I thought she was. And I'm crushed because I have to accept that the person I loved, the person I built a life with in my head, never actually existed. That whole year wasn't real. It was a performance. And I was the audience. And a part of me is just so angry at myself for not seeing it sooner. I wonder how I could have been so blind. This is the part I can't figure out how to navigate. I know I need to move on. I know she's not good for me. But this feeling of being completely disposable is eating me alive. This woman lied and cheated on me for the entire time we were together. But yet I can't stop feeling this way. So I'm turning to you guys. I need to figure out how to get over a betrayal that was this complete. I need to learn how to stop feeling worthless when I was the one who was wronged. For anyone who has been through something similar, I want to know how you learn to trust your own judgment again. Because right now, I don't just feel like I lost her. I feel like I lost a part of myself. Any advice would be appreciated.